Allowing the respites to really take over as the invitation. And we can look at that invitation in multiple ways and we can feel into that space of invitation. Welcome to this video where I'm discussing the astrology of January 8th and 9th. Let's start by talking about January 8th. The very first aspect we have going on is the moon will sextile Venus. So when the moon is in sextile with Venus, the very, very first thing is that we really, really feel the longing to connect with loved ones and friends and family and all those kind of people, to form connections, to bridge bonds, to really, really get together with your friends and loved ones in that kind of communion and communal space that is really, really thriving in the present moment. So there is a very, very strong yearning to be connected to people in your life. This is also about balancing getting out there and being the life of the party and self-care. So how are you giving? How are you contributing? How are you getting out into the world? But also, what about your self-care? What about your self-nurture? What about your self-reflection? That is an important issue of area to pay focus on. There may be sensitivity in your emotional landscape and with those of others as well. You may be feeling more sensitive to others and their needs and their perspectives and their viewpoints. So you're more likely to be on the side of others rather than the side of yourself at this time because you're feeling very relational. This is a very relational aspect. Social engagement centered around the home or wherever you feel most comfortable will be the big focus, to form social situations and social circles in places where you feel comfortable. You may have an increased sensitivity to others, knowing how to nurture those you love. So you're sensitive to others' needs, as I said before. You're knowing how to nurture them, how to take care of them, how to love them. This is all about finding peace and harmony in your connections with others. So how can you foster that sense of peace and harmony in your relationships? That becomes a very, very big area of focus now. And there's also a greater sense of empathy and responsiveness as well that you may be feeling towards others and yourself. This is a good time to immerse yourself in art, nature, or the human form in its various different formats. So then Mercury will square the North Node. So when Mercury squares the North Node, we have to be aware of timing. We have to learn through our challenges as well, getting through our challenges, facing our challenges, and learning the lessons that our challenges put in for us to learn. That's what we really have to do. Is we have to not avoid the challenges, but just to show up and face the challenges head on. You may be making hasty decisions at this time, very, very hasty, very impulsive. So it's good to think through what you do before you do it. Think through things, weigh out the pros and cons, etc. You know the drill. You may be ignoring essential information at this time that can help you to grow. So what information are you ignoring? What information are you imbibing and taking in that is either hindering your growth or helping your growth? That becomes very important to consider. This is a time that talks about being open to criticism, as criticism can be very, very powerful to you and very palpable, because this criticism can help you grow. And it's not about how it comes across, but it's really about the person's intentions for why they gave you the criticism. Is it to hurt you? Is it to offend you? Or is it to help you grow and help you evolve as a spiritual being living a human experience? This is also very much about embracing unique perspectives while um, navigating challenges and opportunities. So, what are the unique perspectives that you need to embrace at this time that allow you to get past your challenges, allow you to navigate the greater ambivalence of what your life is to be? And so overthinking now paralyzes you and keeps you in taking steps to advance on your path. So, where are you overthinking? Where are you doing this kind of a bump thing? The kind of thing is catching in the beating, catching in the seating, catching in the beating. So, overthinking paralyzes you and keeps you from taking steps to advance on your path. Any intellectual talent that you have should be projected onto the world. You should let out your talent that is intellectual, not keep it hidden in, not hold it in, but express it to the world openly. Mercury will enter Capricorn, which makes her thinking more pragmatic, more practical. We're thinking about our long-term goals, and we're more strategic as well as a result of this. The moon will sextile Saturn. So this is an opportunity for self-reflection, going into ourselves, really, really going into that internal place, not getting out into the world and engaging with it, but going inside, reflecting, going into meditation, going into contemplation. We need to remain mindful of our duties as well. Take that time for self-care, but also show up to perform our responsibilities in the handy. We need to explore the wisdom from our past experiences as well. This is what we need to explore. And how have your past challenges made you more resilient in the past? How have your past obstacles helped you to become stronger as a soul being living a human experience? It's good to journal to prevent your emotions from overwhelming you as well and meditate. Journaling and meditation are very, very powerful sources of niche at this time. This is truly about celebrating the progress that you're making and acknowledging all the progress that you're making to grow, to evolve, to expand, to solidify your life, whatever it is. This is about building sturdy and reliable emotional foundations inside yourself and your life. You need to have a deeper understanding and patience for life as well. Don't withdraw too much because when you put yourself in isolation too much, you feel lonely after a certain point in time. Once you recharge your batteries and once you're, going into the world, you don't allow yourself to do that, then you become lonely. We are social creatures and we need and we crave human connection. So communicate your need for space to loved ones. It's very, very important that you allow yourself the space to reflect, to contemplate. And the oracle cards I chose are from the Mystical Shaman Oracle by Philip Baron Reed. And the first card is the Sorcerer. And the second card is the Journey. So this is about acknowledging where and how you have allowed your shadows, your enigmas, your stigmas to really, really get the better of your life and the people in your life. How have your shadows, in expressing them, um, helped to sever ties in your relationship? But know that the universe is one. You haven't completely destroyed the relationship. You have the opportunity to make amends and to hold yourself accountable for when and if or how you have expressed those shadow-like qualities. This is also an opportunity to take advantage of the opportunities that surround you, that are present within you, that are in your life, to take advantage of those opportunities and go on that path where you can achieve your desires. That is an opportunity that's calling for you. If you don't take advantage of the window of opportunity, it will go away and then you'll regret not taking advantage of it. This is a time to chart your own course as well. So then let's move on to January 9th. The very first aspect is the sun will trine the moon. So know that you are not the voices in your head, you are your soul. That's who you are. Confidence in leading others can come up as a very, very big issue where you feel more confident in leading others and taking control. This is a good time to enjoy the company of family, especially children. You may be more optimistic and eager to help others at this point in time. That might be something that may come up. There may be situations where you are the center of attention, which gives you confidence. When you're the center of attention, um, in your home life, in your work life, whatever it is, that center of attention gives you the confidence that you need. Feel your feelings. It's very, very important not to repress or avoid your feelings, but be present with your feelings and choose to feel them. This is also about connecting with your body in conversation that helps you speak more sincerely from your heart. That's what this is also about. There may be relationships with others that have vital consequences for your future and a big effect on your attitudes. So, what are the relationships that bear these consequences, that bear the crosses, that bear those either good results or bad results? What are those relationships? So now is the time to tend to those relationships that will yield strong results in your future. This is also the time to hold compassionate space for yourself and others. The next aspect is the moon will conjunct Uranus. So this is time where we're acting on impulse, we're utilizing our creativity and imagination, and you won't hold back rebelling from the status quo. If you need to rebel from the status quo in your life, is any limiting pattern or situation or circumstance, you're more than willing to rebel against those circumstances. You may have insight on solving problems that affect those around you as well. So you know how to solve the problems that face those around you, solving problems that affect those around you. It may be challenging to maintain a consistent mood at this point in time. Um, so that may be a really, really big issue, because your moods may swing. This is the time to express your emotions freely and spontaneously, regardless of the consequences. This is also about navigating the unpredictable with curiosity. Don't force yourself on rigid structures and routines. Allow for spontaneity and flexibility. It's very important that you don't box yourself in and limit yourself to routines and structures, but allow for change. Allow yourself to break from routine, to change something up, to do something that you've never done before. That's very, very important. This is about focusing on broad visionary thinking rather than getting bogged down by details. So focus on this kind of thing and you'll be golden. The moon will sextile Neptune. This is good for being around, this is not good for being around negative or draining people that lower your frequency. So you want to go into self-care, go into reflection, recharge your batteries, do all those kind of things like that. This is good for meditation, go to nature or anything to increase your vibration and raise it. This is also very, very good for that. We want to also work on balancing selflessness with self-care as well. Give to others selflessly, nurturingly, but also spend time for self-care. You want to be open to the insight your intuition has to offer you. Whatever insight it has to offer to you, be open to it. This is also about maintaining boundaries in relationship. Where are you not having strong enough boundaries? Where do you need to raise those boundaries in relationships? And so you may find yourself more sensitive towards the needs of others this time as well. Fine-tune your psychic abilities is yet another thing that comes in handy with this. The moon will sextile Mars. So when the moon is sextile with Mars, this is time when you're drawn to individuals who embody courage and vitality. This is good to challenge your family and friends towards some type of activity which involves physical exercise, like cornhole or a sport type activity, or an outside chore or whatever it is. New relationships feel exciting at this time, and enlivening, rejuvenating, intoxicating. These relationships feel like this is the way to go. This is the path that I'm meant to go on. This is my soul-led path. This is the right path to go on. This is the time to carve out quality time with loved ones to increase your love for them as well. You also want to engage in group activities, especially those group activities that involve physical exercise. The moon will sextile the north node, or Rahu. So when the moon sextiles the north node, you're preparing mentally and physically to undergo a huge transformation. That is definitely the case. Are you willing to receive the guidance of those around you? That is very, very important to consider. Are you guidable? Are you coachable? Are you malleable? Are you flexible? Are you mutable? Are you open to the guidance that other people in your life are going to give you? Women in nurture-like relationships will be addressed at this time. So any relationship where the person has a very nurturing quality and imbibe to them will be very, very big in the quarterbacks and very big in the focus arena of life. This is good for nurturing creative talent as well. You possess a captivating presence, making you an asset in public and political life. Presence draws others in, captivates others. This is a good time to reflect on your dreams as well. And have intense feelings clouded your judgment, it's a good time to look at that and not allow your intense feelings to cloud your judgment. The moon is going to trine Pluto, so this is a time where you're transformed by your intense emotional reactions. You may become closer to your mother or maternal figure in your life. You may see through facades and illusions, you're really getting to the root core of what's actually going on. This is a time to confront difficult truths about yourselves and others. This is very, very good for that, is confronting those hard truths, facing them head on. Direct your energy towards healing and truth seeking, um, as well. If you can do that, if you're able to do that, where you are directing your energy towards those things. This is about digging into the more taboo areas of life. Psychological self-analysis is very, very good for that as well. And you may have a strong karmic pull between you and any destiny encounter that may come up to be looked at and acknowledged at this time. So the oracle cards I chose are, first of all, Stand Still and the Vision Quest. So this is the time to not be directly involved in the actions of your life, to take a pause, to take a breather, to get into the observation deck and look down at what is actually going on, and reflect on that very, very well. Let life take over and trust the universe. This is very, very important that you do this at this time, that you allow the universe to take over and step in to form your life into the form that your soul is meant to see and actually experience for your growth and evolution. You also want to get outside and get a walk in nature because nature can rejuvenate you, nature can energize you, nature can um, be very healing and grounding. Anything which put you in the present moment is great to do at this time. So that is your Oracle card and astrology forecast for January 8th and 9th. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.